which current player do you think could drop 101 points in an NBA game?
A couple of players that come to mind. I got to go with Luka. I got to go with Devin Booker. I got to go with Wemby. And then I got to go with Giannis.
You think Giannis could drop 101 in a game? The Greek Freak. Okay. Let's move on to you, Swaggy P. Who do you think could drop 101 points in an NBA game?
Ant-Man. I'm going to go with Ant-Man. Tyrese Maxey. Bam Adebayo.
Swaggy, you think Bam could improve upon his 83-point career high and get to 101 if he's playing the Wizards?
For sure. And all right, D. Mitch.
Spider, okay. I think I mentioned, I want to say the Wizards played the Cavs the final game of the season. Don Mitchell has the potential to do something special to close this one out. Last but not least, our namesake of the show, Mr. Gilbert J. Arenas. Gil, who do you think currently in the NBA could drop 101 points in an NBA game?
I'm going to go with Luka first. Obviously, because, to score 100, you need threes, free throws, and just natural buckets. So that'd be Luka. 2, LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo fastest to 900 career three-pointers.
For someone who shoots a lot of threes and he shoots quick shots, right? I think he can put up enough buckets in the way the way the game plays.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with Luka. You think he don't play too slow though?
Yeah, but he's gonna get a lot of and ones. Right, you're talking about and ones, threes. Like he's gonna get to the free throw line, stop the clock. So that'll be his advantage. I have Edwards, but my for sure's Victor. I think Victor can get it. Right, if he's playing close to the basket, getting some and ones. Here's some threes, and here's my sleeper. Karl Anthony Towns.
Wow, Gil, the big bodega. Karl Anthony Towns.
I think the big bodega can get it.
Hey,
Mister, I thought it was a 3.
The Lakers play the Wizards.
I think the big bodega can. Like, you're talking about he shoot threes and he gets a lot of fouls now. I think Brunson's gone and they just say, we want you to do it. I think he can get it.
Big bodega.
I don't think so.
I was going to say, how the rest of y'all feel about it?
I don't think he got enough energy for it.
You got to think of the team, too. You got to have the right team, too. You got to have the right teammates.
Now, if you ever look at any of the games of people trying to break records, it's the first 3 quarters you're playing them straight up, right? Only when they're trying to get close to the record is when they're going to triple, quadruple team you and do all that extra shit because they don't want you to get something. So you do have to be in shape for that. So Karl will have a hard time because then he got to bring the ball up. And, if you can't dribble the ball up the court, you're not going to do that.
Yeah, what about SGA?
Because they're going to take the ball out of your hand in a half court. So you're going to have to do what Bam do. Just give me the ball now and let me go.
What about SGA?
He don't shoot enough threes. He don't shoot enough threes. Like you're talking about somebody you got to shoot 27 threes. Somebody who makes at least 17 out of those. Like if
he got it going.
If Steph was younger, I would say Steph for sure. But his would be all threes. There wouldn't be no free throws for him.
Shit, Clay too. So I'll put Clay in there.
Steph, Clay.
A younger prime Clay. I'm saying current though. Current guys.
Anthony Edwards is probably. He would probably be third. In reality, he'll probably be third because he shoots a lot of threes and he can get to the free throw line.
Did any of y'all say a healthy Embiid? I don't know if I heard Embiid's name mentioned.
He's not healthy. So
but Gil, at some point.
Okay. A 27-year-old Steph.
What about Jaylen Brown?
But didn't he just get 70? 2 years ago?
Yeah, but his knees are just done. They just can't last. I mean, if you can just give him one night throw the cortisone in there, throw some numbing shit in there, and say, "Hey."
What about Brunson?
Jaylen Brown.
If I'm playing the Wizards, each night, I would try to get my star player to break the record for the rest of the season.
Brunson, he wastes too much energy trying to score. Like scoring 100, you got to just most of your points got to be quick. So Maxey, Tatum, because Tatum, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he said.
I said Mitchell.
Oh, he said Mitchell. Okay.
I see the chat throwing Kawhi's name in the hat. I would say based on what we saw in that All-Star game. Kawhi has the ability.
The reason what about Cam Thomas? Like if Cam Thomas started the game.
2-foot jumper, he don't get fouled enough. So everything he does is going to be fadeaways. So like people like that means they're going to have to make at least 30 to 40 shots.
Okay.
Right? To get 100, to get that, man, you're talking about most of those, you got to be free throws. You got to be sitting at the free throw line a lot. That's why I said Wemby is probably the more ideal if you had to put money on it.
Yeah.
Right? Because, he can shoot threes, he can get fouled, he can make the little easy, some tip ins, right? Low effort scoring for the most part. Or LaMelo Ball, come past half court, shoot some of those, and you're just on fire.
So when the Wizards come to LA on the 30th, Luka should try to break the record.
It has to be Wizards. It can be any team. At the end of the season, everybody gave up at the end of the season.
That's mostly Wizards, though.
How crazy is this? Even in 2026, in a room full of NBA voices talking about who could score 101 points in a game, Steph Curry still comes up like a basketball ghost nobody wants to deal with. Think about that. They weren't talking about prime Jordan. They weren't talking about Kobe. They were talking about current players. And still, somebody had to stop and say, if Steph was younger, I would say Steph for sure. That tells you everything. The fear never left. The respect never left. The scoring ceiling still lives in people's heads because they know what number 30 did to this league. Curry owns a career-high 62 points, and when he did it, he split 30 points in each half, something the NBA noted hadn't happened since Pistol Pete in 1977. That is not normal. That is not just great shooter stuff. That is break-the-game stuff. And that's why this conversation hits Warriors fans differently, because we remember the feeling. We remember the nights where one dribble over half court felt dangerous. We remember the 13 threes against New Orleans, still his career high for made threes in a game. Yeah, 13. That's not a hot night. That's a distortion of reality. The floor bends, the defense panics, the whole arena starts buzzing like it knows history might happen in the next 3 possessions. That's why when people ask who could get to 100, Steph's name still slips out naturally. Not because he already did it, but because he always made the impossible feel one heater away. And let's not act like this is just nostalgia talking. Steph just became the first player ever to hit 4,000 career threes, a number so absurd it sounds fake when you say it out loud. Yeah, 4,000. Nobody else is even close to living in that neighborhood. So when players and analysts still talk about Steph like a guy who could make a run at 100 in the right game script, they're not being sentimental. They're acknowledging the most terrifying scoring weapon the sport has ever seen. The range, the pace, the free throws, the movement, the avalanche effect. Once he gets rolling, the scoreboard starts looking like a typo. And then there's Klay. Of course Klay got mentioned too, because Warriors fans know this better than anybody. If there's a human being built to catch fire and erase logic, it's Klay Thompson. He dropped 60 in 29 minutes. He put up the NBA record 37-point quarter. 37 and a quarter, man. That's why this isn't just a Steph story. It's a Warriors story. This franchise changed how people think about scoring explosions. Golden State made unreal feel routine. So when this debate happens and the room still circles back to Steph and Klay, what they're really admitting is this: the Warriors created a standard of offensive terror that the league still measures itself against. That's why I come out of this conversation feeling good as a Warriors fan. Not because it's about the past only, but because the legacy still breathes. The aura is still active. The fear is still there. Steph Curry's scoring ceiling didn't disappear just because time moved forward. It became mythology. And in this league, mythology matters. So I want to hear from you right now. If you could drop prime Steph into one game against the perfect opponent, do you believe he could really chase 100? Drop your answer in the comments. Hit like if you know the NBA still fears that ceiling, and subscribe if you ride with Dub Nation every single day.